The scene on Monday Night Raw turned upside down with Mustafa Ali revealing himself as the leader of Retribution. But did you notice the group is missing a member now? Apparently NXT's Mercedes Martinez is no longer associated with the group and will return to Wednesday nights. With that in mind, I'm Jeremy, and here are 5 WWE superstars who were quickly removed from a faction. Number 5. Sawyer Fulton with Sanity. Other than the Undisputed Era, not many WWE NXT factions has had as much success on the black and gold brand as Sanity. The 4-person group consisting of Alexander Wolfe, Eric Young, Killian Dane, and Nikki Cross worked with almost every top superstar in WWE NXT between October 2016 and April 2018. 1 month after Sanity debuted, one original member, Sawyer Fulton, suffered a torn pectoral muscle. As a result, he had to miss several months of in-ring action, prompting WWE NXT's decision-makers to replace him with Dane. Fulton returned to the ring at WWE NXT live events in May of 2017, however, he never competed in a televised WWE match again, before receiving his release from the company in November of 2017. Meanwhile, the other members of Sanity went on to join WWE SmackDown's roster in April of 2018, but had a lackluster run to say the least. Fulton has worked in Impact Wrestling since March of 2019. Number 4. Ahmed Johnson in the Nation of Domination. 12 WWE superstars were members of the Nation of Domination at one stage. Farooq, Clarence Mason, JC Ice, Wolfie D, Crush, D'Lo Brown, Savio Vega, Kamu Mustafa, Ahmed Johnson, Rocky Maivia, Mark Henry, and Owen Hart. While many of those WWE superstars remained in the Nation of Domination for over a year, Ahmed Johnson's association with the group only lasted for 2 months. Shortly after he betrayed The Undertaker and turned heel to join the Nation of Domination, Johnson suffered a legitimate injury that forced him to miss 7 weeks of in-ring action. By the time Johnson returned, Vader had replaced him in the WWE Championship picture, and his spot in the Nation of Domination had gone to Rocky Maivia, aka The Rock. The Nation attacked the returning Johnson, who quickly reverted back to being a babyface. He then ended up joining forces with the Legion of Doom to battle Farooq and company once again. Number 3. Rick Rude in Degeneration X. Rick Rude's name is rarely mentioned when the WWE looks back on the history of Degeneration X. The one-time WWE Intercontinental Champion was one of the original Degeneration X members when the faction formed on October 13, 1997. Rude, whose full-time in-ring career came to an end 3 years earlier, began working as a bodyguard for Shawn Michaels around the time that Degeneration X was put together. Michaels, Triple H, Chyna, and Rude only joined forces for 4 weeks before Rude left the WWE and became a member of the NWO in WCW. Sean Waltman, who later joined Degeneration X in March of 1998, explained Rude was easily replaced in the group as he wasn't in the spirit of DX. Although his DX tenure wasn't noteworthy, Rick Rude is remembered as one of the all-time greats, and he was posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2017. Number 2. Booker T in the NWO. Booker T was one of many WWE superstars who briefly joined the New World Order when the faction reformed in WWE in 2002. Yeah, we are not considering the millions of people who joined the NWO and WCW. The original 3 members of the NWO, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, returned to the WWE in February of 2002, shortly before WrestleMania 18. The positive crowd reactions towards Hogan made it impossible for him to remain a member of the villainous group, so he was replaced by X-Pac. In the 4 months that followed, The Big Show and Ric Flair had short stints in the group. Booker T and Shawn Michaels were also added as new NWO members. In Booker T's case, he joined the NWO on May 13, 2002, after being recruited by Flair. However, he was literally kicked out of the group on June 10, 2002, when Michaels hit him with a super kick. Needless to say, with so many changes being made, with Hogan no longer involved, the WWE's NWO reboot was nowhere near as successful as the original WCW version. The NWO only lasted in WWE from February 17th until July 15th in 2002. Number 1. Daniel Bryan in Nexus. The 8-man faction Nexus wreaked havoc all around the ring and ringside area on their WWE Raw debut. Not only did they attack John Cena in the middle of the ring, but the villainous group also targeted WWE's commentators and the ring announcer Justin Roberts. At one stage during the invasion, Bryan began to choke Roberts with his own tie, something that was not allowed in WWE's PG era. As Bryan recalled on Chris Jericho's Talk is Jericho podcast in 2014, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon called him at the end of the week and said he could no longer work for the WWE. Bryan ended up returning to the WWE 2 months later in the main event of SummerSlam in 2010, which saw a team of 7 WWE Superstars, including Bryan, defeat the Nexus. And that is our list for today. Was there anybody we missed? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook page. That way you know when the latest news and content comes your way. Thanks for tuning in.